Hey guys, it's Shannon. Today I want to do my February fashion and beauty hot picks. And so the first thing I'm going to tell you is the colors that I like to wear for February. Typically for February I like to pull out my pinks, my reds, my burgundies. I'll mix in a little bit of white here and there, sometimes a little bit of black here and there. I wear a lot of tan pants, really any color on the bottom doesn't really matter so much this month. But there's two reasons that I like to use those kinds of colors. And the first reason being that February is Women's Heart Health Month. And so, you know, everybody is encouraged to wear red to remind women that we need to take care of our bodies and take care of our health and especially take care of our hearts. And so I just like to kind of incorporate that into my fashion for the whole month. The other reason is, of course, Valentine's Day. Now, the thing about it is that probably 8 out of 10 of the people that I know, if you were to take everybody that I know, probably 8 out of every 10 of those people are single. And it's not that they've always been single, it's that, you know, they've been in relationships before and for whatever reason have separated or divorced and all those kind of things. And there's just so many people that are single that I sort of feel like you know, you get to Valentine's Day and you can just feel around you kind of the people that are bummed out about it. For me, I just feel like there's no reason to feel bummed out about it, and I like to celebrate myself and love myself for the entire month. And so I just go all out for the entire month in wearing the kind of colors that you would wear if you were going to celebrate Valentine's Day, and doing the kind of things for myself and with my friends that you would normally do on Valentine's Day. And then when Valentine's Day rolls around, it just doesn't really even register for me most of the time. Most of the time I really only realize that it's Valentine's Day would be if all of a sudden somebody gets, you know, flowers delivered to them or something. And then I'm like, oh yeah, today's Valentine's Day, isn't it? Whoops. So anyway, for me, I just like to celebrate the entire month. I like to wear those colors that you know, make us all think of love, and I like to do things that make me feel good. And you know, I like to spend time with my friends and family and just celebrate for the entire month and take care of me. And so I do that with color as well. Now, as far as, you know, the fashion industry goes and beauty goes, the big trend this month is going to be leather jackets, and not just leather jackets, but particularly motorcycle style jackets. Now, if you already have a leather jacket, do not go out and buy another jacket just to be on trend. You know, your leather jacket is on trend anyway, so it's fine. But if you are in the market for a jacket, you need one for this spring, you don't have one already, and you want something that's going to be on trend, then you may want to look for the motorcycle jacket. So I'm going to give you an example. I have one. I have a few jackets really that are this style. Of course, I'm going to encourage you to use faux leather, not real leather, but I just want to give you an example so you kind of know what that means when somebody says motorcycle jacket. What are they really referring to? Okay, so here's an example of one that I have, and it's kind of a, I know it's going to probably look gray on camera, but it's actually not cream, it's not tan, it's, if I had to describe it, I would almost describe it as a skin color. It's a very unusual color, which is why I liked it. But the way that you can tell motorcycle jackets, typically a lot of times they will have a lot of detail. They're not always fitted in the waist, so that's something to consider. If you if you carry all of your weight kind of in a box on your upper body, this is not going to be the most flattering jacket style for you, so I wouldn't encourage you to go looking for this style. Also, if you carry all of your weight really in your bum and your hips and your thighs, this is also not going to be a good style jacket for you because of where it cuts your waist. But typically when you're looking for these jackets, they usually will have a lot of interesting embellishment, like a lot of detail. They're supposed to look a little bit edgy, like you've been on the back of a motorcycle, even if you haven't. It doesn't mean you have to look kind of rough or biker-ish. It just means that they're usually a little bit of edgy detail, but you can still find them in a very feminine style, just like this one. And the thing about a motorcycle jacket is the way that it cuts you. And typically, the bottom here is going to be a very blunt, straight across cut. And it's going to usually hit you right about the area where your pants would stop, a little bit above the widest part of your hips, a little bit below the belly button, which is why it's not always flattering for everyone. Because if you carry your waist lower, it's just going to accentuate the fact that you've got all your weight in your backside, you know, that kind of thing, or in your thighs. You can get them to be a little more flattering if you can find one that's a little bit longer, if it hits you right at the widest point of your bum or your hips. The only problem with that is because they're a very boxy style, if you keep going wider and wider and wider, if you have very wide hips, it's not going to be flattering that way either, because you're just going to look like one giant square. So you're either going to need detail on it, you know, that either kind of that C-shaped seaming along the sides that kind of gives you the illusion of a womanly figure underneath, or something to kind of bring the feminine back to it. Otherwise, this just isn't going to be a good cut for you. But if it's not a good cut for you, that's okay. Just find any kind of leather jacket that is a good style cut for you, and you will still be fine. You're still going to be on trend. It's just not going to be the specific trend. But you know, leather jackets, I mean, you have to work pretty hard to go completely wrong with them. So if you've already got one, just wear it. If this isn't the best style for your body type, don't get this style. Get one that is flattering. The other big trend really for this month, as far as beauty goes, is going to be lipstick color. Now, this is going to be another example of where the fashion industry wasn't really that creative this year. If you remember last year, the big color for spring, especially particularly on the lips, was a very specific pink color. They referred to it as honeysuckle, the color of pink honeysuckle. And so if you followed that trend last year and you bought a lipstick to follow that trend, just use that same lipstick, because it's really not that far off from what the trend is this year. The trend this year for the month of February is still going to be a pink lipstick, and it's still going to be a bright pink lipstick. I would actually almost refer to it as hot pink. Not quite hot pink, and I'm talking like hot neon pink, the way that we are, when you think of the 80s, that bright hot neon pink that could possibly glow in the dark. That's essentially what the color is. Just take it down a couple notches to where it's not glowing or fluorescent or glow in the dark. I have a few examples of lipsticks that are pretty close to that, very similar to that. Not exact, because I'm just going to be honest and say that that's not going to be the most flattering look for everyone. And that shade of pink, I can pull it off, but it's a really specific look, and it's not a look that I typically do that often on myself. I prefer peaches over pinks, so I tend to lean more towards those colors anyhow. So I do have a lot of pinks, but it's not my favorite look, and it's not one that I do all the time. It's a very specific outfit that I would be wearing, and just a very specific look that I would be going for on a particular day that I would really pull out that color. So these colors are very close. They're good to either get you started, or if you want to follow the trend but you don't want to be that hot pink, then you could maybe go for these. So first I'm going to show you a couple of Lancome lipsticks. These are part of the Color Design line, and I've showed you these before, so you know, if you really follow all my videos, you'll probably remember these. But this one is called Intense Fuchsia, and this is a cream finish, and hopefully the color shows up for you. There you can kind of see it. You know, it's just a bright pink, and I wouldn't quite call this hot pink. It doesn't quite have the intensity of hot pink, but it's not too far off, and this is going to be right along the lines of what the trends are going to be for the month. The other color is another Lancome color, still part of the Color Design. This is also cream finish, and this one is called Wannabe. This one is a little bit deeper. It's a little bit more of a blue-based pink. Not quite as bright as you really want to go if you really want to be on trend with this, but this is probably going to be a more suitable color for a lot more skin tones because of the blue-based color that it has. Now I also have, this is a NYX lipstick. These are actually both NYX lipsticks. This one is number 509 in Narcissus, and this is kind of the lightest that I would go. And I really refer to this as kind of a Barbie pink, but it's still pretty close. If you really just like the light colors, it's going to be pretty close to the trend anyway. Now on camera, it's coming up, I don't know, more satiny than it really is, and it's not coming up kind of as intense as it really is in person. You know, this is kind of a really intense Barbie pink, and like I said, it's not quite the hot pink color that you are really looking for if you want to follow the trend, but if you just can't pull that color off, this might be a good option for you. And this is still a very kind of standout color anyhow, so it's still going to get the attention that you would be looking for if you were going to follow the lipstick trend for February anyway, without having to be exact. And if this is a color that you've already got, this has been around for a while, so if you already have it, just pull this one out, it's fine. And the last one is one of the Diamond Sparkle lipsticks by NYX, and this one is actually in sparkling red, but it goes on as a very bright pink in reality. Not intense. This is not gonna, you're not gonna put this on and feel like a clown. It does have sparkle to it. It does have kind of a fine sort of glittery feel to it, so keep that in mind. If you know, you need to have a certain amount of ballsiness really to pull off glitter lipstick in a confident way, and so if glitter isn't for you, this one is not going to be for you either. But to be honest, I don't really think that these are over-the-top glitter. I don't even think that it's glittery the way that the world thinks of glitter. You know, it's definitely not glittery the way you would think of like a glittery nail polish or even another type of glitter makeup. It's not that intense glitter. So if you're feeling a little bit daring, and or if you just love, you know, glitter and bling, then this is going to be right up your alley. And these are very affordable. The NYX lipsticks, very inexpensive. So those are kind of the trends for the month of February. If you have any questions about any of that, let me know. If you want to see any tutorials with any of those, or swatches of any of the colors, or if you want me to do an outfit of the day with the jacket, or any of the jackets that I have that are motorcycle style, so that you can kind of see a little bit better, I'm happy to do that. And I hope you guys are surviving the winter, and I hope you have a great month of February. Have a great day and a great week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.